Hello friends, welcome. My name is Esther and I want to thank you all for all your support. If you are new to this channel, please support me by subscribing and clicking on the bell icon to get notified every time I post a new video. Today's tutorial is this MAXI floor length circle dress and also a bodice pattern testing. If you need help drafting your basic bodice, please check out my video on how to draft a basic bodice pattern in the description box. The link will be there. The things you need for this tutorial is on the screen. Using the basic bodice pattern I drafted previously for this tutorial, I've gone ahead and added 1/2 inch seaming allowance. I'm using 1/2 inch because I'm testing out this pattern. 1 inch zip allowance and also 1/2 inch at the shoulder. Note that the back shoulder is longer, or should I say the back bodice is longer by 1/2 inch than the front bodice. You remember previously that we added ease to our pattern while drafting. We're going to take out the ease only on the back pattern. That is 1/2 inch ease. Not in a straight manner but in a curvy way. This will help reduce bulging or gapping at the back of our dress. This part or this step is totally optional, but I can't help. It's just a secret to make the back of a dress, especially a fitted one, to lay flat without unnecessary bulging. So having done that, I'm going ahead to extend my neck width from 3 inches to 5 inches, but the neck dip remains. I'm going to cut that out, but you could make the neck dip of your choice. It doesn't necessarily have to be what I am making. Having made all this arrangement, if you will be sewing the side dart in addition to the waist dart, take whatever inch you use for the side dart out of your back bodice. In my case, my side dart is 1 inch, so I'm going to take out 1 inch from the back bodice, from the side. I'm not going to take it straight on, I'm going to take it in a curvy way. Well, I'm just going to mark it and keep, then I'll show you what could happen if you neglect this advice. So at this point, I'm going to just go ahead and ignore my advice of taking the 1 inch and cut my fabric and my lining using the pattern without deduction. Okay, here is my pattern and my fabric cut. I'm going to go ahead and notch. Notching helps in easy assembling of my dress, or you could try it. The next will be to go ahead and transfer that. I'm going to do that by hand, by marking it out, because I don't want any mistakes since we are testing out this pattern. Okay, sewing time. Take to your machine, sew the neckline, right sides together, sew the back and the front neckline. Having done that, careful not to cut the seam, turn it over, and it's time to sew the darts. After sewing the darts, it's time to join the back and the front bodice together at the shoulder. Right sides together, place the lining to the lining, the fabric to the fabric. Sew with your seaming allowance. After sewing, open the shoulder seam press it to open. You can iron it, then turn it for it to lie flat. I've gone ahead and attached sleeve. It's time to close the sides. So if you had ignored taking out the inch from the back bodice like I had advised, this is what will happen. Your back bodice will be longer than the front, like I had ignored my own counsel. So here I'm going to cut out from the bodice, so I would have the exact amount, and I will place it on my fabric. Mark it out only on the back bodice. Yes, I'm going to go ahead, mark it out and cut. After cutting it out, the side is even. You can sew it and leave about 2 inches opening to attach the skirt. Yeah, I've finished sewing it, leaving the opening. I am going to go ahead and take the measurement of the top, that's the width of the top, including the seaming allowance. Sorry about that. So I'm going to write that down and cut the pocket before moving to make the skirt part. That's the circle skirt part. The pocket opening, I don't have a pattern for that. I'm just making sure that the opening is 7 inches. Then I'll place my hand and just make it round, just like so. I'm just retracing that and I will cut it out. That will form my pocket. You need 4 pieces of this. Now for the skirt, the circle skirt, fold your fabric in half like so and fold it to form a triangle. To know how much fabric to fold, divide your blouse circumference, the one you measured out with the seaming allowance, by 3.14 and add your skirt length including your seaming allowance to it, whatever you have. That is how much you should fold. By the time you finish folding it into a triangle like this, go ahead and take out the result of your waist circumference divided by 3.14. That will form your waist area, and that is what I'm going to take out and cut out at this point. Then the remaining will be your skirt length. Make sure that you measure it, forming a circle, or should I say a semicircle with it. Get your measurement done properly and you cut it out. If you need a detailed tutorial on how to cut a circle skirt with pockets, just let me know. Whatever question that is unclear in this video, please ask your question in the comment section and I will get back to you. After cutting your lower dress, fold it in half and fold it again like so. Make sure that you're folding it in like half and folding it again like so. Notch the middle. Make sure that this part is on fold as you've seen. Just watch the screen so that by the time you're dividing it at the midpoint, you're going to have 3 pieces, making the open side to house your zipper allowance. Cut it at the midpoint. You should have something like this. The midpoint should be able to fix to the middle of your top like so, and the other part should be able to be fixed to your back bodice or to the back of your blouse. To add pockets, I'm just going to arrange my skirt, the lower part of my dress down. I'm going to arrange it. Measure 5 inches from the waist area. Give that a mark. And another 7 inches from the 5-inch mark. That is where my pocket will lay. I'm going to go ahead and notch so that it reflects in all the sides. After notching, I'm going to pin my pockets in place and sew with my seam allowance. For my case, I used half an inch seam allowance, 0.5 inch seam allowance, half an inch seam allowance. I'm going to go ahead and sew. After sewing up top stitch, this part is optional, but it just makes the whole process looks neat. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my blouse to down part of my dress, right sides together. At this point, it's just the finishing. Attach the blouse, hem the side using your seaming allowance. Your pocket should be together. When you hem, go around just like what I'm showing you on the screen. Then after that, you attach your zip and hem the bottom of your dress. Your dress should be ready at this point. So just for a bonus, I went ahead and sew a belt that I could use with it. So whatever question you have or you seem unclear about anything, feel free to ask the question. As long as it concerns this sewing, everything fits perfectly as long as this bodice testing is going. So do well to draft your own basic bodice pattern. And if you need help drafting it or any part was unclear, please make sure that you ask a question and I can get back to you in subsequent video, maybe with a tutorial or something. Thank you. Please enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if it was helpful. Thank you.